Oh, hey everybody, Anthony here with Late Night Baseball.
Dodger camp, Sox camp. We're in Glendale, Arizona. This place is definitely baseball heaven.
All right, we're at a Riverwalk here. They have two sides. They have a Sox side and a
Dodgers Walk-'em All-Stars. You know, we got a bunch of them coming back in from their infield drills.
Huge store. Let's do it.
Tell me about what just happened over by the White Sox facilities. That's Dodgers camp? You would think it's still the World Series. That's Dave Roberts walking around with, I assume, front office guys.
But today will be a packed house. Lone Park is a little more intimate. It has that Wrigley kind of hometown feel. Okay. Very nice.
Can I do a Chicago dog?
Over the decades, a really longer.
In Glendale, Arizona. It's beautiful. We were talking about like if our wives were with us right now.
no
They'd
way.
be like,
Yeah.
what are we doing?
Yeah, my kids will be bored in 5 minutes. We really do. We walked into this place and I think it was the equivalent of like walking into Disney World really is what it was for us. Hey everybody, Anthony here with Late Night Baseball. We are here in Glendale, Arizona. We're catching 4 spring training in 2 days. And Parker and I are super pumped to be here. Will I be a Dodger fan by the end of this trip? Probably. Will I buy way more things from the team store than I need to? Also probably. Stay tuned. We have good stuff coming your way.
This place is definitely baseball heaven. We just took a trip to the team store. We have been walking around looking at everybody. We saw some infield being taken on the field behind us. We got a game in about 3 hours. Anthony and I are going to be just walking around giving you guys our thoughts on basically everything we come across here. So make sure you stick around.
Team store. Let's do it.
Walking in the team store.
Oh, no. I just noticed that it was the kid I thought, well, he used that brand that I think that.
Can't help but notice that the Dodgers side's a little more populated these days. We got the hat wall over here. It's pretty cool.
I love the D script.
I love the D script. We got the 2024 hat. We got basically every hat you could ever ask for. 2024, we got a couple 2023 hats over here. These are super cool. All the Sox hats.
Slightly smaller selection.
Slightly smaller selection of Sox hats. Oh yeah.
This.
There you go.
I like my 950s. I don't do 5950s. I only do 950s.
That's some good stuff.
Now, we're going to be here tomorrow, so I may just go back and go shopping tomorrow.
Yeah, I think we gotta take some time and marinate on it.
Yes. Oh my God, my girls at home would love this. It's obnoxious and rainy. It would be.
There you go. All the little White Sox fans in your life.
Yeah. This just screams spring training, doesn't it?
Oh, absolutely.
I think if you're like over the age of 40, you have to wear this.
I think you have to wear that to the Green River Parade, right?
I think so. I mean, that's very tempting just because I like the vibe of it, honest.
Yeah, for sure.
For vibes now, ultimately. I think it's very likely that we walk out of here with these shirts tomorrow.
Yeah, the Cactus League. Yeah, the Cactus League shirt looks pretty good if you look at the back of it.
With all the teams, that's cool.
For sure.
Also, it's a 47.
Yeah.
Those 47 shirts are good, like Breaking Tea and 47s.
Yes.
Are good. And what's the other one? The homage shirts.
Oh, yeah. They just came out with all the jackets from back in like the 80s and 90s are back.
I saw those. I would love to see the price jacket for the formal Dodger fan in your life.
Absolutely. I love that we were talking about this earlier, but a lot of the Dodgers gear just looks very like designer. And I think that that's kind of the future of MLB gear moving forward, if you had to ask me. Your typical golf polos.
It's one of those things where, like, I told you this earlier, Parker, like, obviously the White Sox are my team, but if I had to pick a National League team, it's hard not to pick the Dodgers.
Yep.
Partially because their shit is just so cool.
It's so cool. Everything here is sick. That's this cool little Shohei shirt.
Like, I just love the red.
Yeah, the Dodgers jersey is just the most classic thing you
It's
could ever.
probably my favorite jersey in baseball.
Yeah, it's pretty nice. City Connects could use a little work.
Dude, like, we have a good enough.
I don't think they've gotten the City Connects right either time they tried, but
Right.
those things are like, this is like on field. This is some good stuff.
Really, I would wish this.
Absolutely. Yeah, you wear that to work, man.
But, well, I think the thing we learned here is that the White Sox do not have a lot of team store real estate, which is not surprising. For being honest.
Wonder if they're paying their team store rent.
Job is safe.
They leased out more space to the Dodgers.
Yeah. That's great. But yeah, like I was saying, so we've got the 2023 hats. We got the 2024 hats. And then all that wall over there is all your 2025 hats. Basically everything you could want. I like that a lot.
See, here's my deal. Like, I've always not loved that.
Really? I'm not a fan of
This right here is maybe my favorite hat that we've seen here at spring training. The whole A-frame, snapback with the rope. Big fan of that.
I don't know why. Unless you want to keep the hat on, you just throw this up like that. That's not cool. Well, I think tomorrow when we come back here, there's going to be some purchases made.
Absolutely. I think so. I think you're right. For all you young kids watching, this is just a clinic in how to stay down on a ball, how to get your feet planted, get set, make a good throw. Like, this is everything your coaches have been trying to teach you your entire life.
And they certainly still do it here at the major league level. Don't think you get through the minor leagues, you get through your high school or your college play, and you're still not working on this every day like these guys do.
No,
absolutely do.
They do, and we even noticed earlier a couple guys making a good play and like their coach flipping out and giving them kudos for the play they made and stuff like that. Like, it's still definitely very prevalent even at this level. I mean, earlier we were watching somebody lay down a bunt. He laid down a bad one. Coach gave him a tip. He followed the tip, laid down a great bunt following up on the next pitch, and his coach freaked out. He's like, "Let's go, give me a high five. That was awesome." Like, that even happens at this level. These are human beings that are just perfecting their craft.
Well, I think one thing that always kind of surprises me is, these are still young guys. Like, some of these guys are 19, 20, 21. Like, they're not far removed from playing in high school,
No.
college. I mean, it's hard.
Some of them, the last coaching they had was from a high school coach, and now they're in the bigs. That they're getting coached by some of the most, prolific infielders that, human beings have seen.
And obviously, we're checking out the White Sox side of Camelback Ranch here on their practice field. And Parker, I mean, we're in Camelback Ranch. We have two teams together that could not be further apart. Dodgers and White Sox. But I'm excited for today because when it comes to the White Sox, like, we're in a young renaissance. Like, we're seeing a bunch of young guys. We're getting a shot, and that's really friggin' exciting. So I'm here looking at all these young guys. I can barely even point out who the hell they are because they're all brand new.
Yep.
But that's the fun of it. Learning about all these guys here in spring training is awesome.
For sure. It's actually kind of cool. So as a Red Sox fan, getting to see some of the guys that came over to the White Sox in the Garrett Crochet trade. We're sitting there watching Chase Mydroth take ground balls at second base. And you realize the level of prospect. When we talk about how good prospects are, that guy was one of the best second basemen I've ever seen in person. And he's fighting for a roster spot. This isn't the type of stuff that you're going to see going to batting practice at a big league field. This is the type of stuff that you really only see when you come to spring training and when you see these guys working on their craft in the most fundamental way. Because if you can't do the fundamentals right, then they will not make a big league roster. This is where they work on that craft. So right here, we've got the Dodgers, and on the other side, we'll have Anthony talk about the White Sox, but we have a walk of all-stars and every position where somebody has made an all-star team. So for instance, if we look at first base, we look at guys, we got Hodges, Steve Garvey, Max Muncy, Freddie Freeman, Adrian Gonzalez, Red Sox legend, Nomar Garcia-Parra, Red Sox legend. But then the coolest part, and I think the part that makes the least baseball sense, is actually right up here. So if you look at the Dodgers shortstop all-star list, right here down at the bottom, representing 2024, Mookie Betts.
How about that?
Red Sox legend. Now, where else might we see Mookie Betts along this walk of all-stars? Well, you just have to take another trip down the lane right here, memory lane, if you will, and right up here on the right field all-star board, we also see Mookie Betts. And I just learned something I didn't know. I didn't realize that when you make an all-star team as a designated hitter, I guess they put you on the right field all-star board. So Shohei Ohtani, JD Martinez.
All right, we're at a river walk here in Glendale and Camelback Ranch. They have two sides. They have a Sox side and a Dodgers side where they're highlighting the all-stars for the teams, and they also have some Hall of Fame kind of designations as well. We have starting pitchers, we have catchers, we have first basemen. Can't wait for Martin Perez to be on that pitching little graphic there, just saying. But let's go ahead at first base here and talk about this, because of all of these for the White Sox, the first base one really stands out to me. Now, you can shit on the White Sox all you want, but they've had their run of awesome all-star performances over the decades, a really long, good history, especially at first base. Look at this line at first base. Dick Allen, Frank Thomas, Paul Konerko, Jim Thome, Adam Dunn, Jose Abreu. That's a hell of a list of first basemen. If you're coming out to Glendale, make sure you're stopping at the river to make sure you take a look at the historic all-stars for both the Dodgers and the White Sox. Oh, hey guys. We've been here in Glendale, and I came for the White Sox, not going to lie. You guys know I'm a White Sox fan, but these Dodgers, exciting baseball team. One of the best teams in baseball history, and I'm jiving with what they have going on the Dodgers side of camp. Will I leave Glendale this week being a Dodgers fan? I just may be. Stay tuned and we'll find out.
One of the cooler parts of spring training is definitely where players will walk out through this walkway here, and you can see all the people waiting on the sides for autographs and stuff like that, trying to get something signed. But players, coaches, this is like the team tunnel coming from the clubhouse. Super cool.
Bunch of fans getting autos. I may have not been prepared the right way as a rookie for autos, and we'll talk about that later.
Yeah.
I discovered something.
What happened?
Well, I, like the rookie I am with card autos, brought sleeves, and these guys have books where the cards are there, so they just open the book and the card's already exposed to the player.
Yeah, definitely
Rookie
some pros out here know what they're doing.
100%.
We've already come in contact with a couple families that, like, they say they come every year. Like, we were talking about how we were talking about how you almost got to be like a psychopath to enjoy this type of stuff. We're just watching guys take infield. Yeah, we're watching guys do, BP on a field and stuff like that. And for sure, someone like us, people like us, like, this is heaven. But we were talking about, like, if our wives were with us right now, they'd be like, what are we doing?
Yeah, my kids will be bored in 5 minutes.
We got 4 hours till game time. We're sitting here walking around watching people take grounders. But I don't know, you got to be, you got to be a special kind of psychopath. I guess that's what we are.
You really do. We walked into this place, and I think it was the equivalent of like walking into Disney World. Really, is what it was for us. Which, I mean, and that's not overselling that at all. That's
definitely. This is awesome. We got a bunch of them coming back in from their infield drills. What's going on, man? And it was really cool to see them, like, working on their craft and just working on everything that you take for granted when you watch a big league ball game. Like, these guys are so good at the little details. This is where they get good at those little details.
The White Sox are interesting, Parker.
Yeah,
absolutely. They're in a spot right now where a lot of these younger guys that are in camp are folks you're not going to know their name and certainly not their face, and that's what really makes it exciting for the Sox right now, right? I mean, we could not be in a spot here in Glendale where there are two teams that are just diametrically different, right? We have the Dodgers, who people going crazy over there by the fences for the Dodgers. For Shohei, we saw Roki. We saw Tyler Glasnow and his Greek god of a self.
Yep.
It was a cool experience. But I will say, though, as we kind of walk towards the Dodgers area a little bit here, the White Sox have been different, right? With the White Sox, we're in a situation where, as a fan, I'm excited to see all these younger guys, right? Like, I know this team's going to look different in 26 than it did in 25, and that is super energizing. I don't care what anyone says. Yeah, you win a World Series, you like your team to win World Series, but I'm optimistic, right? I'm just as optimistic as a team who knows that they're going for a World Series, because I know the future is very bright, and this kind of brings it alive for me, which I really appreciate.
Rolling up to Dodgers side of camp, it looks like somebody, at least somebody interesting, still in a bullpen. Or at least we're waiting on somebody.
Maybe. Yeah, I don't see anyone in the bullpen.
Could be Roki. I think everybody's just sitting there waiting for Roki.
Yeah, Shohei's old news.
Yeah, Shohei doesn't matter anymore. I mean, we got Roki Sasaki signed jerseys. Is that Teoscar?
Good. Looks like it.
I'm gonna come over here and take a look.
Yeah, really good.
Is that Roki?
No, it was Show.
Oh, that explains why everybody's out here.
Yeah. I don't think he's gonna throw though. He's just.
Yeah, I'd imagine.
You know what? There's a trail back here that goes deeper that way. Let's try that.
Okay. Thank you.
Luck.
I got Joey Gallo over there stretching up against the cage.
Joey Gallo looking to make a name for himself here on the 2025 White Sox, hoping to get back some sort of resurgence, I would think.
Good. I don't know. It's Joey Gallo. He's gonna hit.
No, he's not gonna hit for average, but I mean, if you're giving me 25 bombs, I'll take that.
25 bombs, 240 average, and Gold Glove defense. I think we'll take it.
Yeah. I would like to point your attention to Luis Robert Jr. right there. Where are we in the blue and red glove right there? Left field, right behind shortstop. Doing side steps.
Let's go. Maybe like hour before game time, I would think it's the guys that are about.
Perhaps.
Yeah, I mean, this type of stuff. This is so cool. This is just the gritty, grindy stuff.
Yeah. This is where we should have been earlier. Everyone's
this
here.
Is cool.
Oh my God.
All right, Anthony, it's really windy, but tell me about what just happened over by the White Sox facilities.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a good time over there. There's a tunnel, obviously, where the players come from the clubhouse here to the backfields that are here behind me. Had some good interaction. So Parker, to avoid getting burned, he had to go get sunscreen and subsequently got burned because he missed out on White Sox prospect, former Red Sox prospect, Braden Montgomery. Had a chance to fist bump him, tell him, hey, great season. Had a great interaction with him. Who else did we see over there? Sox prospect, White Sox prospect, Drew Thorpe. That was fun. Saw Jim Thome driving by. That was fun. Gordon Beckham had a nice shout out with Gordon Beckham. And this was the best one for me. Chris Getz made sure I had a chance to talk to him. Had him come by, shook his hand, and basically said, dude, you're doing Lord's work out here. Thank you for all you're doing with the White Sox. It's super refreshing. Wanted to thank him. That was awesome. So
He was super nice.
It was super nice guy. So we're having real fun out here, day 2, Camelback Ranch. We're going to go over, see some Dodger stuff. Guys, the Dodger stuff is packed right now.
Yeah.
Yesterday it was White Sox Brewers game. Today it's Rangers Dodgers. Because of that, I don't even know if we're going to be able to get to any field, but we're sure as hell going to try.
Yeah, we'll see you over there.
Awesome.
Okay, so it has been approximately 4 seconds since we told you that Dodgers camp was packed. I just want you all to notice that's Dodgers camp, and it is like you would think it's still the World Series, man. Like it is packed. There is standing room only at the practice fields. Dodgers Rangers today. It's not split squad, so we should see a fairly formidable lineup from the Dodgers, and you can tell based on all these Dodger fans who are they're here to see some ball, man. And it's got about 20 minutes until the gate opens.
Yeah, 20 minutes.
And I'm sure I'm gonna throw B-roll over top of this so that you guys can see, but it is baseball heaven. And I know I said that yesterday, but like there wasn't a Dodgers game yesterday.
No.
And all these fans, man, are here. Like I'm gonna get a good shot of the line to get into the Camelback Ranch Stadium because it is significantly longer than it was yesterday.
Yeah, it really was. There was some team the White Sox were playing yesterday, not a football park. We had room left, right, and center of us. But today will be a packed house. I think it'll mimic kind of what we saw last night when we were at Surprise Stadium. I'll tell you what, when we were at Surprise last night, it was Mariners-Royals, and it was a packed house. It was packed.
That was awesome. My phone was dead, so I couldn't get any
sorry.
so sorry about that. I will have battery going into the game tonight with the Royals and the Cubs.
Yeah.
That's going to be, apparently that's one of the better spring training facilities out there.
It is.
This one and then the Cubs, apparently.
Yeah. I think this one's definitely one of the higher rated facilities. I think the Dodgers have a lot to do with that. It's also just a beautiful area.
Yeah.
Whereas Sloan Park is a little more intimate. It's Cubs only. Obviously, it's their own facility. But what I hear about that park is it has that Wrigley kind of hometown feel, which is very nice.
That's cool. Having never been to Wrigley, I'm excited to see what that
Get a little slice of heaven, I suppose. It'll be good. Yeah. So today, Parker, when we're going to the ballpark, we want to get folks. We'll give you kind of an overview of the park in general. We'll get your Camelback, kind of take you around, get some footage there. We're going to try to do some food reviews, like I said.
Yeah.
Like we said, we were talking last night about we need to give Parker that Chicago dog and see what he thinks running through the garden.
Yes, absolutely. I can't wait. Catch you guys later. Hi, how are you? Good. Can I do a Chicago dog? A Mike Ditka sausage, and a souvenir Pepsi Zero. Thank you so much. Have a good one. All right. That works. All right. So we got the Chicago dog. Review incoming. I'm gonna put the pepper in the first bite so I get everything all at once. First of all, just wow, a lot going on here. All right. Wow, that's so different. It's so good.
It's very unique.
It's spicy, sweet. There's it's an 8-1. 8-3.
That's real solid. That's fair.
I like it. This is very good. Chicago,
You guys know what you're doing.